Hello, live with Recovery Fitness, coming to you through StreamYard for nightly review with Yana. Whoops, I was outside the view of the camera. Let's see, I'm having some trouble with my camera today with the lighting, so let's hope it works. Happy Wednesday. I think it's Wednesday. I'm so over today. And I don't really know why. I think it's just maybe overload, being on the phone all day, being on Zoom meetings all day. See the puppies jumping up. I don't know. I'm feeling kind of over it. And I look tired, so I apologize for that. I see a couple of folks are joining us. If you can say hello in the comment box, I'd love to know who's on. I don't get to see your names, your wonderful names pop up anymore, so I'd love to shout you guys out. Today, I don't know, this week's going kind of fast or slow. No, it's going, I guess fast. I can't believe it's Wednesday already. Yeah, a little bit of a whirlwind, nothing bad. Hi, Mame. Am I saying that right? Mamie? And I apologize if I got that wrong. But good to see you on here. Maybe shoot me a message. Let me know if I'm pronouncing it right. Let's see. I can't even put together what this week looked like, other than I always get a little bummed out after I come back from camping because I just love it so much. It's sort of my element, being without cell phone reception, without the troubles of the world. There's a true sense of peace in the woods. And when I come back and are, faced with reality, hi Kendall, my new Facebook friend. It can be hard. I left my house. I had to run out to meet with someone needing some support at 4:30. 3:30. I got back about 5, and I had 32 emails in that small time frame. Hey, Jake, good to see you. So I'm a little fried. I think that kind of sums up my week thus far. I was looking at my, daily readings that we do, kind of doing some reflecting on the day, and none of the books I have really sat with me. So I got to thinking, or none of the readings for the day, I got to thinking, there's this teeny little book that I absolutely adore. It is called The 4 Agreements. Anyone read it? Anyone familiar with it? It's a really simple, super small book. I don't even know, just over 100 pages, and it's pretty incredible. Don Miguel Ruiz. It's a very simple, practical guide to living, to personal freedom, it's called. And the agreements are simple. They're sort of like 4 truths or 4 concepts or principles that he recommends incorporating into your life. And the first one is be impeccable with your words. Second is don't take anything personally. The third, don't make assumptions. And the fourth, always do your best. And it's the Toltec path to freedom, breaking old agreements. Did you, Jake? I love this book. I reread it a couple of times and I need to read it again. Sorry, I got super excited at Jake's comment. He said he just started reading the book last night. If you guys please do share if you have had experience with the 4 agreements or read it or something you particularly liked about it, or what you thought. I had my finger on a page. I lost it. And I think this is, a great time to talk about some of these really simple concepts that bring about, don't know, I would go as far as to say change, significant change in our lives and how we view the world, right? How we react. We talk a lot about the things we can't control in terms of other people. But also, I always go back to the things that empower us, the things that we are able to control, and who and what and how, we allow what we allow into our lives. So I think this first agreement, be impeccable with your words, has a lot of application, practical application in our daily lives. I see Brody in the background there. Hey, bud. Hazel's actually behind the Get Busy Living sticker thing there on the window on the screen. I don't know if you could see her. There she is. Okay, so be impeccable with your words. The first agreement is the most important one and also the most difficult one to honor. Oh, and how true that is. It is so important that with just this first agreement, you will be able to transcend to the level of existence I call heaven on earth. The first agreement is to be impeccable with your words. It sounds very simple, but it's very, very powerful. Right. Even when you're a kid, sticks and stones can break your bones, but words can never hurt me. Something like that. It's been a long week. Well, I was a kid that was made fun of for a portion of my upbringing, and like those things hurt. Words, God, you could beat me up and it wouldn't hurt as much as put downs in some of the comments, right? Because it hits me at my core. And I have the uncanny ability to turn my words against people, right? We always talk about the power in our stories, how our language has power. These little sort of nuances have the ability to not just create significant change, but also improve our quality of life, the quality of life of those around us. And we, kind of like I talked about, I think it was Monday, the power of the wind and the power of water. This gentle, beautiful thing has this uncanny, incredible ability for destruction. And words are just like that. How you use your words has a significant impact to whether cause harm or bring good. Right? Name, I think is how you pronounce your name. I'm sorry. I see you said hi. Glad you could join. Let me see. This is... The word is not just a sound or a written symbol. The word is a force. It is the power you have to express and communicate, to think, and thereby to create the events in your life. You can speak what other animals on the planet can speak. The word is the most powerful tool you have as a human. It is the tool of magic. But like a sword with two edges, your word can create the most beautiful dream, or your word can destroy everything around you. Which is pretty much what we just talked about. I don't know if anyone would like to kind of chime in, relate, or have something they'd like to share around that, right? I feel like I say especially now a lot, now more than ever, especially now, but this is, true always. We are so quick to attack one another, and I always have to bring myself back to think about, how am I contributing to the unity of the recovery community? Am I, right? Or am I causing disengagement? It said like the month of May and me put together. Mamie, I love it. Sorry about that. Thanks for clarifying your name. Gosh, I'm easily distracted. Yeah, so we're so quick to attack one another, and are our words contributing to the solution or the problem? Are we bringing unity to the greater community, or are we taking away someone's peace, right? Or peace as a whole? One edge, right? It talks about words being a double-edged sword. One edge is the misuse of the word, which creates a living hell. The other edge is the impeccability of the word, which will only create beauty, love, and heaven on earth. Those are some really strong and powerful descriptive words, right? Misuse of the word could create a living hell, while the positive use of the word, right, has the ability to bring love and healing. Depending upon how it is used, the word can set you free or it can enslave you even more than you know. All the magic you possess is based on your word. Your word is pure magic, and misuse of your word is black magic. So this is pretty, pretty strong advice in terms of our language and how we treat one another. I see a lot of I'm on the cusp of getting off social media as a whole because I just see so much attacking out there when really our purpose is to unite, right? To unite, to address stigma, to support and empower one another. And people are just going at one another, I guess. And there's so much beauty in this world, right? And our words have the ability to take that and destroy it, or we have the ability to take that and empower other people. I know I'm going on a little bit of a tangent, but there's just been a lot of things that I'm sure are not sitting well with everyone. Oh yeah, Jake, thanks. You really enjoyed the picture. The language of addiction and why words matter. And Jess, who is just magical, I know you could speak to it also on the importance of our language. Words do hold certain stigmas. And when I think about myself, I don't think of myself as a disease. I don't identify as alcoholism or as addiction. I identify as a human being. I identify as Yana, as a friend, as a daughter, as a employer, employee, a girlfriend. I don't identify as my disease, And when we use words like addict or drunk or junkie, we perpetuate the problem. We then become part of the problem, right? Because we continue to stigmatize a population that's already so full of shame and so full of hate for their condition, right? So I beg you to read up on language, to read up on the ways in which you contribute to the solution based around addiction recovery, awareness, use versus abuse. Absolutely, Jess. And I see professionals in the substance use field still use substance abuse. And that is just not it, right? You don't call someone with an eating disorder a food abuser. So why would you call someone that has a substance use disorder an abuser, right? Those little nuances. And that all speaks to, I'm not going to read the whole book because I just go on tangents. I love it so much. I just pulled up a page I'm probably going to touch on. But our words have probably the most power of it all, right? Let us see what the word impeccability means, right? How are you impeccable with your words? Well, impeccability means without sin. Impeccable comes from the Latin peccatus, which means sin. The im in impeccable means without. So impeccable means without sin. Religions talk about sin and sinners, but let's understand what it really means to sin. A sin is anything that you do which goes against yourself. Everything you feel or believe or say that goes against yourself is a sin. I can get that word out. And you go against yourself when you judge or blame yourself for anything. Being without sin is exactly the opposite. Being impeccable is not going against yourself. When you are impeccable, you take responsibility for your actions, but you do not judge or blame yourself. Yeah. So I really encourage you guys to get this book. It's a cute little book, super important read that really speaks to the way in which you carry yourself and how you want to be viewed and how do you want to empower and support those around you. Do you want to contribute to the problem, or do you want to be part of the solution? Because today, every day, I want to be surrounded by people that bring me up as opposed to tear me down, right? And I know that goes for everyone else here. So thank you for listening to my soapbox here. Kind of went on a tangent. I don't know. Some days when my mind is all over the place, it's just how it goes. But I'd love to hear from you guys. I see there's some viewers. Jess, I don't know if you're still on. I'd love to hear from you, or if anyone else has anything they'd like to share, or reflections on the 4 agreements, being impeccable with your words, things that may have happened that you'd like to bring to light. That would be wonderful. And you could kind of see when I get on a topic, or if I wouldn't call it off space, but when I'm in just a different space, I get really excitable and just start going on and on and on. So please chime in. Anyway, so thought we were, I thought we were going to have some storms, so I didn't get out a whole lot today. I've been at my computer all day. Kendall, Hazel in the background, exudes relaxation. This guy, right, this is Hazel. This guy's Brody. Sorry, this app is actually makes you reverse, so this is my right side, but I think it's coming up different in the video. Hey Mo, yeah, it's a super awesome book. Hands down, a great read. But my Brody is relaxation, where Hazel's more of like anxiety inducing, but she's wonderful too. We love her. She's a keeper. Thanks for joining me tonight on this nonsensical rant with Yana. I'm really glad that you tolerate me and that you join me and listen to, I don't know, to me share randomness. Jess wrote, Ruiz is amazing. I recommend his book to everyone. Just started The Mastery of Love. Oh, I got to pick that up. I've been meaning to get a copy. I definitely will, Jess. We'll have to connect, maybe do a book study. I'd love to see the kiddos. Sense is overrated. Jake, the book kind of talked about becoming someone who we're not from fear of rejection, and that fear of rejection becomes the fear of not being good enough, and eventually we become different people. Yeah, that's spot on. I think that's a great summary of the agreements, right? Doing our very best, not taking things personally, being impeccable with our words. Jesse. It kind of sums up all those pieces, right? And not making assumptions. I drew a blank on the 4th agreement. I've been up since 4 a.m., guys. I don't know why I wasn't able to sleep. So, yeah. I love you lots. I will actually tune in. Oh my gosh. Yes, tune in tomorrow at 9:30. Myself and Mandy, we're going to be talking about family issues related to substance use disorder, specifically from the perspective of a sibling. And Mandy's an incredible supporter and advocate who lost her brother to addiction just about 2 years ago. So please tune in. We're going to be going through the Facebook Live feed. It's going to be great conversation, important conversation. And we'd love to also get your feedback on things you'd like to hear about, things you'd like us to talk about. Also, hopefully, we'll be announcing some plans, some center reopening plans potentially coming real soon. So stay tuned. Lots of great things happening. I'm a little fried today. So I think that's all I have. I hope you guys have a great day. I hope you get outside, enjoy the rest of your evening. I have some more work to do, and then I'm probably going to go to sleep in a couple hours and start over tomorrow. Love you tons. Talk to you soon. Phase 3, that's right. Bye, guys. Have a great night.